Once a year, the custodians of this wetland forest, called the Myristica swamp forest in Karnataka, make their way to a sacred place within it. They want to thank the deity for protecting it and for providing the clean water that flows out of it. They offer fresh fruits and coconut water as an offering.
Our ancestors and ascetics believed that if we ascribe divinity to a space in the forest, we will not loot or destroy that area, so it will be preserved.
Eco-hydrology student Priya Ranganathan is also studying the Myristica swamp forest. She too wants to protect this precious tree-covered wetland by taking a closer look at its plants and wildlife.
A lot of amphibians, especially the dancing frog, which is a rare endemic species to the Western Ghats, they breed in these forest streams, especially the streams in swamps, because of this quiet, cool environment throughout the year. It makes a suitable habitat for these sensitive creatures. Amphibians are indicators of water quality to an extent. So if we don't see frogs here and we don't see eggs being laid, we can assume something's wrong with the water quality.
The Myristica swamps are ancient water-rich forests along the Western Ghats, a mountain range in the south of India. They are named after the Myristicaceae family of trees that grow here, trees like the nutmeg. The swamps act as sponges, feeding water into the region's rivers throughout the year. Many trees have developed stilt or knee roots to survive heavy rainfall and flooding. The roots also serve as efficient water filters.
The knee roots capture the flow of incoming water, and that slows the flow of the water, and that allows nutrients, minerals, pesticides from upstream plantations. It all gets distilled and stays in that body of water, and clean water flows downstream. So many households that are downstream of swamps end up actually drinking the water that comes from these streams.
The swamps are home to vulnerable native species like the lion-tailed macaque and the Malabar grey hornbill. But there are just a few hundred square kilometers of these biodiversity hotspots now left. Some of the area has been degraded or destroyed to make way for agriculture, like areca nut plantations. The village of Korse relies on one of the remaining Myristica swamp water bodies for its water supply. Farmer Shripada Bhatt often takes his grandchildren into the forest. He hopes that they, like him, will develop a bond with the swamps. But Shripada Bhatt has another special role here. He takes care of the shrines in this part of the forest. The shrines mark the forest as a sacred place, and that puts people off from felling trees here.
In other parts of the forest, you no longer see any large, old trees. They have been cut down for smuggling and construction. But here, the temples and shrines that protect the land also protect the trees. There are trees here that I saw when I was a child, like the one in front of us. I've grown up seeing it here.
Today, students from the College of Forestry in Shirsi in Uttar Kannada are doing some reforestation work here. They are planting 3 native tree species. The Katlekan marsh nut tree was only discovered 20 years ago. Back then, there were just 140 specimens left. Now, populations are rising again.
We got it to the nursery, we grew them. Once they attain about 2-3 feet height, we went back and planted it. So that today I am very happy that there are more than 2,000 trees of it that are growing, and then they are self-replanting.
But reforestation alone is not enough, say the forestry scientists. They want to see greater legal protection for the forest area.
Some of our students have become the policy makers, like they are the assistant conservator of forest and then range foresters. What we started as a small research work, today it has ended up in a policy, and then this policy has become a state policy. Very actively there is a conservation of these Myristica swamps and the species recovery happening.
We must take responsibilities as citizens to conserve these forests and protect them. They represent the cultural heritage of our ancestors It's our duty to preserve them for the future generations.
Religious traditions and modern science both are pursuing the same goal: to prevent the further decline of the wetland forests in the Western Ghats.